Hi and welcome back to our lost estate. Today I'm here in our salon with a little DIY project. Well, when I say little, it's a rather large DIY project. We've got two of these mirrors and Claire's given me the challenge to mount this one on this wall behind me. So for this, we actually put up these walls about 18 months ago when we wanted to insulate the house a bit better for the winter. So I know that this is just some metal framework, some insulation and a bit of plasterboard. And there's no way that's going to be strong enough to hold this mirror. So my plan is to get some OSB board and mount that between the studs that run behind the plasterboard. That should allow me to secure some mounting much stronger and be able to support the weight of this rather large but rather lovely French mirror. So first things first, we need to move this stuff out of the way, strip off this plasterboard and see what we've got behind there. So that plasterboard came off fairly easily. It was just a case of removing all the screws and gently shifting it out onto the side. And now that's exposed what we've got behind here. So as you see, lots of insulation and the metal framework. So we've got rails across the ceiling and the floor, and then montons, as they're known, which are these vertical bars coming every 60 centimetres along the wall. We've got a couple of braces in here as well, which just helps strengthen it up a little bit. Now my plan is to take some OSB board and get it mounted between the rails so that I can screw in and support the heavy mirror. Now these vertical rails, or these vertical montons, are bits of metal which are U-shaped. So if I want to screw this board in behind the rail, then I'm going to need the U facing both directions. Now at the moment, when this was installed, we installed it with only one monton each 60 centimetres. So my next task is going to be getting another monton and putting it back to back with these in here, meaning I've got a U facing each direction so that I can screw my board in to both sides. So that's got my two bits of board cut. I'm going to mount them between the rails up here. But first off, I need to get this insulation back up so that it's going to be behind the boards. So I've got the mirror down on the floor now and just made sure that it's actually level to start with before I even try to put on the rail, making sure that's also going to be level. I've got a couple of little cleats which we're also going to attach to the mirror. They're not to support the weight, that's just to make sure that it doesn't wobble when it's on the wall itself. Before I can actually mount the mirror, I'm having a little look and seeing what state it's in. And I found a bit of a problem down at the bottom where we've got a gap all the way along where the mirror might be able to fall out. Previously, the bottom edge was pinned. You can see one of the old pinholes just there. But now, those pins have rusted away and clearly this wood has warped a bit. So the gap might mean that the mirror could just slide out the bottom. My plan is to use some little battens of wood, slide them in between, all the way along, just up to the edge of the mirror, and pin them in place. That should secure it well enough that then it can be hung up on the wall again. And so there we have it. The mirror up on the wall. I'm really happy with how secure that is and how flush it's mounted to the wall actually. It seems to have worked perfectly. It's supporting the weight without any problems at all. No wobble to it, so really good job. Another day, another job done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and see you in the next video.